Our cameras caught the Clippers arriving at their building and coming through the tunnel with a lot of style. Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. Derek Jones is out there with Robert Covington. Then it's Damian Lillard. Then there's Norman Powell. And it's Nurkic in at the 5 spot. And for the Clippers, Patrick Beverley out there with Paul George. Then it's Ibaka. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Batum in at the 4. Powell against George. Lillard, the pass to Powell. Back to Lillard. Shot clock at 5. An easy 2 points on the layup. And Doris, tonight, 2 experienced teams will be battling.
Well, what you come to expect with experienced rosters are excellent defensive rotations, game plan discipline. These guys know how to play the game. So let's see how this plays out.
Here's Leonard. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. And Kawhi Leonard, one of the league's most dominant rebounders, Doris, from the wing position.
Board man gets paid. That was his motto from back in high school and college. It's all about hard work and earning your keep, according to Kawhi.
Lillard scanning the floor. Kicks it out to Jones. Back to Lillard. Outside, Covington. Lillard outside. Stolen by Beverley. And now the Clippers on the break. Beverley with the ball. Passes it to George. Sinks it from just inside the baseline.
You've got to be prepared on the catch to release quickly, and Paul George does that as well as anyone in the league.
Feeds to Nurkic. Pass to Powell. This one for 3. And Portland with another turnover here.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
And here's George. Leonard with the ball. Now guarded by Nurkic. Shots good by Ibaka.
Well, Kawhi Leonard's passing skills have developed over the years, and if you give him that much attention, he'll find his teammates.
Lillard against Beverley. Lillard misses. Lillard's gone 1 of 3 shooting so far. Here's Batum. No good that time. Now Portland takes it the other way. Lillard outside. That one drops for him.
The natural offensive talent of Lillard gives him incredible flexibility. And boy, he can strike at any time.
George dishes to Leonard. Pass to Ibaka. No good there. Great D that time from Nurkic. Open and close and nails it. And it's all knotted up.
Nurkic doesn't take a lot of bad shots. So when he decides to pull up off the dribble, you know he's feeling it.
And George, here we go. And it's good. 2 points. George has got his second bucket of the night.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
They know that if this guy goes off, their chances of winning rise exponentially.
Lillard left side. It's Powell on the wing. 6 to shoot. Nurkic, the pass to Covington. Fires the 3. It's hauled in by the Clippers. And George kicks to Beverley. From outside, off the mark.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Covington down low. Defended by Ibaka. Here's Nurkic. It's rebounded by Leonard.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
Outside for George. He dishes it to Ibaka. And a missed layup. 2-for-1 chance here.
Let's see if they use the clock to their advantage.
Here's Nurkic. And he overshot that one, missing.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that old.
Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Stolen by Beverly. The pass to Leonard. Nurkic with the steal. And so the first quarter is in the books. The Clippers on top. They're up by 4. We'll be back shortly live from Staples Center in downtown Los Angeles.
I think in the past, anytime
Greg, this is why they say there's no substitute for experience.
And I agree. And, you know, sometimes guys need to learn to be more selfish at times. You also learn, if it ain't broke, keep going with it. Ride the hot hand.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And guys, what's your take on the Clippers so far?
Guys, I love their defense in that first period. They were in position and just challenging shots.
Well, I think they combined great intelligence with great effort, and you can see the results.
DeMarcus Cousins out there with Ivica Zubac. Then it's Marcus Morris. And there's Jackson. And it's Kennard in at the 2 spot. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, good evening. The Clippers were picked by many to win the title last year. Now, they didn't get it done, but Kawhi Leonard is not concerned. He said, we've just got to keep getting better, keep fighting. It's about the right team peaking at the right time. Guys, they're hoping this season their talent and their fight will win out. Back to you.
We will see. Good stuff, D.A. Thanks. And here's McCollum for 3. That shot missing. And the Clippers will come the other way. Here's Jackson. And he finishes nicely on the layup. Jackson's got the lead up to 4 now for the Clippers.
Boy, that is absolutely gorgeous by DeMarcus Cousins. Run the offense through your big man, and he will find the open man.
Cullen passes to Simons. Off target from the wing.
And if that's the best look you can get on a possession, what a waste of a trip down the floor.
Well, missed opportunities, and they can certainly add up. You cannot afford to take that kind of shot.
McCollum outside. Simons, the pass to Hollis Jefferson. And that's a foul. It's called on Reggie Jackson. That is his first foul of the game. Leonard, he's checked in for DeMarcus Cousins. Portland also making some changes. Zach Collins comes in for Carmelo Anthony. And Norman Powell subbed in for Hollis Jefferson. 5 to shoot. And a wide open look for McCollum. Gets an open look and hits. McCollum's got his first basket of the night.
What a professional. McCollum's reliability on offense is such a gift to his team.
Zubac kicks to Jackson. Kennard on the wing. All sorts of time. And again, the Clippers good for 2. I'm sure you've got a list, Greg, of players you've visited with over the years who you really enjoy spending some time with and talking to.
I mean, there's so many, Kevin. A couple guys, and there is a little bias as a point guard, but Damian Lillard and Steph Curry and Chris Paul, 3 guys that, you know, I enjoy sitting down and talking shop with. Giannis, you know, witnessing his journey to greatness All the while, he remains humble and really appreciates his position. So several of these guys, I'm also not just an analyst, partner, but a fan, and a big fan of theirs.
You are a fan indeed. Here's Jackson, and oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two. It goes on C.J. McCollum.
And Reggie Jackson, the former 24th pick by the Thunder, wasn't content to back up Westbrook. He basically forced his way out in search of a larger role.
For the Clippers, Serge Ibaka, he's checked in for Zubac. DeMarcus Cousins comes in for Morris, and Georgia subbed in for Kennard. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for Cantor. Robert Covington comes in for Zach Collins. Derek Jones, he's checked in for Norman Powell. And Damian Lillard is subbed in for Anthony Simons. McCollum, no good. Clippers leading by 7. Cousins dishes to Ibaka. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers.
Boy, he'll usually knock it down if he's left that wide open. Just comes up empty.
And what a unique career Serge Ibaka has had. Some incredible totals for him over the course of his career.
That's right, Greg. I mean, I think people would be shocked to know Serge Ibaka was the first player ever to make 500 threes and have 1,500 blocks. Hard to imagine nobody had ever accomplished that feat. Give credit to Ibaka. He changed his offense and added the three ball.
An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg? I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles, Nicholas Batum. He's checked in for Cousins. Morris comes in for Leonard. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Reggie Jackson. There's Nurkic putting it right back in.
And this is where Nurkic gets a lot of his points, staying active even after the shot goes up.
Lillard against Beverley. The feed now to Morris. Good, nice job down low. Morris has got the lead up to 7 now for Los Angeles.
I'll tell you, you have to take pride in finishing through contact. You get the sense Marcus Morris relishes that chance.
And it's Lillard missing. And so it's Los Angeles. Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, Best. A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. They had a 4-point advantage. And
And if you're just joining us in this one, first half is in the books. 1 half to go. Nice game. Great performance by Marcus Morris.
Yeah, I don't know if there's anything that the league can do to slow him down. He's just that good.
Well, perhaps the most impressive thing has been his incredible consistency. This guy is a great player who always brings a ton of energy. What a great half.
Here's who Terry Stotts is starting the second half with. We've got Yusuf Nurkic. Norman Powell is out there with Damian Lillard. Then it's Robert Covington, and it's Jones in at the 3, the small forward. Now, here's Lillard. From deep, the long-distance 3 is buried. Lillard's got 7.
That's one of the reasons Lillard is out there. He gives you that deep threat.
George looking around. Powell with it. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Oh, Covington in position. Leonard inside. Working on Nurkic.
Well, I'll tell you this, if the defense collapses, if it makes a mistake momentarily, Beverley has the kind of basketball IQ to take advantage.
Lillard against Beverley. From deep three-point range. Yep, it goes. And the Clipper lead is cut down to 5 on the bucket from Damian Lillard.
Yeah, that's 2 straight three-pointers they've allowed.
Outside Leonard. Passes it to George. The shot that time not on target. So the Trailblazers will take it the other way.
I'll tell you, he's trying to help them extend this lead, but it's been a tough night for him individually.
Clippers leading by 5. He feeds it to Batum, and Batum throws it down.
Exceptional vision by Paul George. This guy is tearing up the defense.
Here's Lillard. He's got 10. Kicks to Powell. Lillard, right side. Back to Powell. Trailblazers moving the ball around. Pulls it from the elbow. Tips it. There's Nurkic putting it right back in. He has 6.
And that's a pure hustle play, getting to the offensive glass for the tipping.
And that's the kind of quality you see in any strong offensive rebounder, isn't it? Leonard attacking, and Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Boy, what is more fear-invoking than Kawhi off the bounce near the cup? Look out.
And Damian Lillard with the jam.
That should give them a nice little jolt.
Yeah, it has to. They need a jolt, GA.
Well, sometimes it's about taking it into your own hands. That kind of individual play could spark his groove.
And George gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles. And so here's Portland, trailing by 5. McCollum fires from way outside. It's hauled in by Zubac.
Well, the defense clearly was not interested in guarding him from downtown. They're very fortunate he missed.
And McCollum on the floor, all business. Off the court, he's a very outspoken player, very colorful guy. And Greg, you were saying you see a future in media for him when he stops playing.
No doubt about it, Kevin. I mean, McCollum spoke up quickly about the seriousness of the virus when they were playing. He's very knowledgeable and shares what's on his mind. A media position after he's done playing is a very real possibility if he chooses to.
A nice shot by Simons.
And we talk about court awareness. There, McCollum doing a beautiful job spotting the open man.
Pass to Kennard from outside the arc. Rebound by the Trailblazers. Simons surveying the D. A 3 from McCollum. And again, it's the Trailblazers from deep.
And they have been relentless from deep. And you see the defense trying to react, but to no avail.
Well, that's the whole point, isn't it? If you space the floor well enough, it's almost impossible for the defense to account for everyone.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Well, to me, guys, you've got to know who you are. And Enes Kanter has a great sense of what he does well. Excellent low post game, superb rebounder, understands how to use his body. I love this guy.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. Cousins on the follow. And the Clippers lead by 1.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
McCollum outside. He kicks to Kanter. McCollum outside. Over Jackson. Misses. It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. Clippers lead by 1. And time for the short break, and stay right where you are. The fourth quarter is coming up next. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Well, that's what a great pass will do, right? You love the unselfish play.
3/10 quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth. Okay, now let's reset our lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this fourth quarter. So for the Clippers right now, Batum is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Luke Kennard. Then it's Ibaka, and it's Jackson in a point. The Clippers in the lead. Jackson looking around. Inside, Leonard. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
Catching up on the changes for the Clippers. Ivica Zubac has checked in for Serge Ibaka. And Morris subbed in for Jackson. And a switch here also for Portland. Anthony's checked in for Zach Collins. And Kawhi Leonard with a very analytical approach to the rest of the game. Studies angles, movement, trying to groove in on perfect mechanics. I mean, he does it all.
Yeah, Kev, that goes back to his favorite high school subject, which was math. And think about how precisely he has built his game. He started at the free throw line, then went to the low post, and now has added the range game. Very analytic approach.
Kennard for three. And it's Portland with the rebound. Cantor's got his fourth rebound in this one.
I'll tell you, even though he's not playing his best basketball, the team has played well and picked it up. I love it.
And they're showing much more focus here in the second half. More effort as well. And their offense starting to show signs of life.
Kennard, the pass to Zubac. And the dunk by Zubac.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. It's stolen. And here's Morris for three. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Leonard's got 3 assists tonight.
And with their hot shooting here in the second half, their field goal percentage over 50% now for the game. And
McCollum puts up a deep three. Trying to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Kennard for 3. A rebound by Simons.
And he's trying to shoot his way out of it. You know, they have the lead, but honestly, I think it might help if he'd be a little bit more selective tonight.
McCollum against Zubac. Fires from 18. They get it again. Yep, it goes, and the Clipper lead is cut to just 5 points on the basket from Enes Kanter.
I love the hustle and the heart with which Enes Kanter plays. This guy is a terror on the offensive glass.
And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
Catching up on the changes for the Clippers. Serge Ibaka was checked in for Zubac. Cousins comes in for Nicholas Batum. George is checked in for Luke Kennard. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Kawhi Leonard.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
And Portland making a change here. Jones is checked in. Beverley against Lillard. Lets it go from deep. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Cousins. The Trailblazers making a switch here. Kanter's checked in. Jones finds Nurkic. Shot clock at 6. Three-pointer, Lillard. A putback, and Kanter able to finish.
Enes Kanter, so aggressive and assertive. Big-time play.
Now George. Pass to Cousins. Feeds it to Beverley. To the paint. Here's Ibaka. Rebound by Nurkic. Nurkic has got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. And we have an intentional foul there, G.A. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Kawhi Leonard's checked in for Marcus Morris. And that one's good. Lillard.
Proof positive that Lillard is worthy. That's talent you can build a franchise around.
George against Kanter, and he gets it to go.
Wow. How about Paul George commanding the basketball when his team needs a basket? Go to work, sir.
Lillard way outside. Can't tie it up as that one's no good. And so Ibaka will bring it up for Los Angeles. Knocks it loose. And now running up the court, Lillard pushing it up. And the call on the coach's challenge has been issued. First game like this, out of the wire, this is what it's for.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Guys, they're not going to be in any rush on this possession.
Not with the lead. Now's the time to burn some clock.
And so they choose to intentionally foul. And he commits the intentional foul.
Yeah, you have to do that, though. You can't just let him dribble the game out.
He hits the first one, and that makes it a 3-point lead.
Well, I don't know that when he was selected 10th overall back in 2010, that the casual fan understood that Paul George would become one of the most effective two-way players in the NBA, but he's done just that.
So it's Los Angeles taking the W in a close one.
CLA Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Los Angeles kept. Hello, fans. Welcome to this presentation of. Here are the starters for Milwaukee. Holiday out there with Dante DiVincenzo. And then there's Antetokounmpo. Then it's P.J. Tucker. And it's Lopez in at the 5. And for the Clippers, they've got Paul George. Batuma's out there with Ibaka. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Beverly in at the 1. Now here is Holiday. To the right side. Serge Ibaka with the rebound.
And if you ask me what percentage of the time he's making that shot, my answer would be in the single digits.
Well, you can't be forcing a shot like that. You got to keep the ball moving. Get something better.
Leonard against Giannis. Leonard the pass to Ibaka. Just 5 on the clock. Kicks it out to Leonard. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. Well, Greg, fans and players alike are excited for tonight. This is just not another game on the schedule.
Clash of the Titans in this one. This will be a great test for both teams.
Down low, here's Lopez. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Savvy play from Holiday. Quick thinking helps him get the ball to the wide open man.
George dishes to Beverly. Back to George. That one's not going to go. Now the Bucks take it the other way. Holiday with the 3. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Here's Beverly. Now the feed to Ibaka. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Love the unselfishness of Beverly. I mean, when he sees his teammate wide open, he quickly gets him the ball.
Beverly against Holiday. Now in the scoring column with that bucket. 1 for 2 this game.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
George passes to Leonard. Back to George. Ibaka right side. A 3 from Leonard. That shot misses. Now the Bucks take it the other way. The tray. Again, Holiday missing. For Los Angeles, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. George, he's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
Yeah, excellent determination there from George. This wasn't going to be denied. Fighting off the physical contact and nailing the shot over good defense.
Now, here's Antetokounmpo. Lopez right side. Over Ibaka. Lopez, no luck. Clippers have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Now Beverly. Left side Leonard. It's deflected. And it's out of bounds to the Clippers as the Clippers retain possession.
Great instincts from him to get a hand on that pass and tip it out.
And, you know, even though they didn't come up with the steal, that's still a nice defensive play.
Here's what Milwaukee's going with right now. Bobby Portis has checked in for Lopez. Chris Middleton comes in for P.J. Tucker. And it's Bryn Forbes in for Dante DiVincenzo. Los Angeles with another miss.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
And Holiday kicks to Portis. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Now here's Leonard. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Here's Cousins, and the layup's good off the glass.
You know, I really enjoy watching Cousins go to work deep inside. I mean, it feels like, to me, nobody can guard him down there.
Antetokounmpo passes to Middleton. Three-pointer. Rebound by DeMarcus Cousins. And here's Cousins. He'll bring it up for the Clippers. From deep, George. The shot, no good. For Milwaukee, they've gotten 3 of 8 shots to fall for them here in the first quarter. Beverly, that falls. Nice speed that time from George.
And it's good to see George concentrate on getting the ball to the open man. Excellent floor awareness.
Holiday dishes to Middleton. Here's the 3. Milwaukee, no good that time either. Leonard with the ball. Now guarded by Antetokounmpo. Passes to George. Out left to the wing. Pass to Beverly. Taken away by Holiday. Here's Forbes. The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
You know, Antetokounmpo, for all of his skills and talent, he's a worker. This guy likes to grind and takes a lot of pride in outworking people on the board.
Beverly, the pass to Leonard. Over Giannis. And it's Leonard missing. It's all tied here in Los Angeles. And the second quarter about to get... And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. Guys, what's your take on the Clippers so far?
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, you look at the energy, the effort defensively. They put it all out there in that opening quarter.
On the court for Milwaukee here in the second. They've got Chris Middleton. Portis is out there with Antetokounmpo. Then there's Teague. And it's Connaughton in at the shooting guard position.
Gets the shot he wants. The defense wasn't quite connected enough. They lost contact.
Pass to Kennard. Takes the 3. Cousins. Milwaukee with the rebound. Antetokounmpo looking over the floor. No good on the 3. Clippers trail by 3. From deep. Offensive rebound. And that one's good. Cousins. Cousins has got his second basket.
Cousins doing a nice job using that big body of his to get another possession for his team.
Teague dishes to Middleton. Six on the shot clock. He can't get that one to fall. Good work defensively by Morris. The pass to Cousins. A minute and a half gone here in the second quarter. It drops for his third basket. He's missed only one shot.
They are just killing him on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
Now here's Middleton. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. The Clippers in the lead. 2 minutes now played in the second quarter. And stolen by Portis. Here's Connaughton. Passes it to Portis. Outside, Antetokounmpo. Outside Portis. 5 on the clock. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off the shot. 24-second violation. Serge Ibaka has checked in for Los Angeles. Lopez, he's checked in for the Bucks. The Clippers have gone 2 of 6 from the field in the second quarter so far. Jackson against T. Fires top of the key. Up again. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. Zubac has got the lead up to 3 now for Los Angeles.
Way to work the glass. Buffet style. Second chance buckets. They can make a big difference.
Middleton against Zubac. Lopez gets to Middleton. To stop the drought. Lopez left side. Bank shot. No good.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
The battle to a standstill on the boards has really been something to watch, and the game's not over yet. We'll see if one of these teams maintains more energy than the other going down the stretch.
Kennard for three. Buries the long-range jumper. Now it's a 6-point Clipper lead.
And you want more of this from Jackson. The more unselfish he is, the better the team.
And it's Middleton penetrating, and he slams it one-handed.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
Making a statement for sure. I mean, we'll see if they can maintain that aggressive approach, guys.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench. If he keeps shooting it like that, he has been putrid here this quarter.
Los Angeles leading by 4. Outside Jackson. Pass to Kennard. Fires for 3. Antetokounmpo pulls it in.
Not sure why he keeps trying his luck from deep here. It's just not his night.
Here's Connaughton over Kennard. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, free throws are always better than a layup, so I'd agree with you there.
Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for Zubac. Kawhi Leonard comes in for Marcus Morris. Paul George is checked in for Luke Kennard. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Jackson. Milwaukee also making some changes. P.J. Tucker, he's checked in for Antetokounmpo. Antetokounmpo comes in for Chris Middleton. And it's Holiday in for Jeff Teague. Now here's Leonard. And finished off by Leonard.
And we've seen Leonard's ball handling improve over the years, especially in the pick and rolls where he has.
And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Clipper.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. And for the Clippers, and that does it for our...
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. One of the stories here, Cousins getting it done.
And he was an absolute monster on the offensive glass in that first half. I don't know how you slow him down.
And you know what, guys? I think it starts with having a body on him every time a shot goes up. I mean, they've got to do a better job boxing out.
Well, we've got a moment. Let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up for the second half. Taking a look at Los Angeles. They've got Batum. Paul George is out there with Patrick Beverley. Then it's Ibaka, and it's Leonard in at the 3 spot. Here's Tucker. The 3-pointer off the mark. And so Beverley will bring it up for the Clippers. They lead by 4. Pass to Leonard. Leonard draws the double. Lays it up and in on the nice reverse. Leonard's got his second basket of the game. Greg, is a broadcaster, who have been some of your favorite personalities to cover?
And that's a great question. You know, most of the stars, I'm a big fan of Durant and Steph and LeBron and those guys. Chris Paul's another one that's a favorite. So many other guys, you know, there's so much more personality and so much more confidence these guys have working in front of the camera. I think that just makes for a better experience.
Somebody asked me the other day, who was my favorite? You know who I said?
Who was that?
Greg Anthony.
Oh, you're just saying that because it's true.
Now the pass to Beverley. There's the triple. The Clippers keep it alive. Bucks trail by 6 to the middle. Here's Holiday. It's blocked.
How impressive was that? The little fella, Beverly, extending out for the block. Showed us some nice timing for a guy that's not much taller than 6'2".
Ibaka, the pass to Batum, and Batum throws it down.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
You know, you look at it, the communication is lacking, as is the trust. They can ill afford those types of breakdowns. It won't work. You can't win with those kind of breakdowns.
Here's DiVincenzo. Yep, it counts.
Able to just go right over the top. I mean, the big man, Lopez, doing work.
Clippers leading by 6. Beverly finds Batum. Outside Leonard. Batum scanning the floor. Back to Leonard. From deep three-point range. Rebound, Milwaukee. Antetokounmpo's got 6 rebounds now in the game.
You know, even though they have the lead, you can tell he's frustrated with himself that he's not doing more.
You know what? He's just stone cold right now. Really not sure if he's their best option offensively as they try to get back in this game.
Bucks trail by 6. We've got 1:48 left in the third. DiVincenzo can't hit it. For Los Angeles, they've gone 2 of 6 from the field here in the third. Passes it to George. Launches a 3. And again, it's the Clippers missing. Milwaukee's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. And he comes up with the deuce.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yep, exactly. And if there's any opportunity for early offense, you got to push it and push it every time.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat.
Now's the time to do it. Keep attacking that rim.
DiVincenzo kicks to Lopez. Makes it off the glass. Lopez has got 6.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
Beverly against Holiday. Outside Leonard. At the top of the key, Batum. Here's Ibaka. Tries again, and he sinks the layup. And the Clippers lead by 6.
And the ability to generate points off offensive rebounds, something Ibaka did a lot earlier in his career before he started spending so much time on the perimeter.
The Bucks shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night.
And talking about last season, this team hit just 74% of their free throws. I'm sure they were hoping for better than that.
And Brook Lopez a little bigger and more of an offensive player than his brother Robin. But they've both turned into quality big men in this league.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. And then for Milwaukee. Portis, he's checked in for P.J. Tucker. Chris Middleton comes in for Antetokounmpo. And it's Bryn Forbes in for Drew Holiday. Kennard for 3. They get it back.
Oh, big time putback there. What a great motor on this guy.
There is no one who goes after those rebounds harder.
And night in and night out, that's what he provides.
And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. A look at the field goal percentage numbers tells the story of what tough defense they're playing today. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this 4th quarter promises to be a good one. Setting the floor for the Bucks, they've got Brook Lopez. Chris Middleton is out there with Portis. Then there's Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Forbes in at the 2-guard spot. Lopez, no luck.
And they continue to control the glass.
Guys, I think they've simply been the more physical team, and that's why they're ahead.
Kennard for 3. From deep. Doesn't get it to drop for him. So Milwaukee will take it the other way. And here is Portis for 3. Middleton. Batum grabs the miss. And so Beverly will bring it up for the Clippers. 6-point game. Pass to man. From 13. It's rebounded by Portis. And for Milwaukee, they're shooting just 29% in this game. They are not a pretty sight out there offensively. Here's Middleton. Pass to DiVincenzo. Here is Forbes. Kennard covering. The putback. It's good on the putback.
Yeah, bully balling his way to the rack that time. Lopez with a great second effort.
We're just over a minute and a half now into the fourth. Beverly with the ball. The pass to Kennard. Launches it. Beverly, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
Guys, they're looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Clippers leading by 6. Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. Pass to Kennard for 3. Hits the three-point bomb. Kennard's got the lead up to 9 now for the Clippers.
He drilled one from deep in the first half, doing it again here in the second.
Middleton looking it over, trying to get open as Lopez. Middleton can't get it to go.
You know, to cut deficits, you got to be making smart basketball plays out there. Taking care of the ball. It's not done by hoisting up bonehead threes like that one.
Look at the big fella working on that possession. He knows how to fend guys off and get those rebounds.
Here's Forbes. Misses the 3.
Tell you what, the defense was lucky there. I mean, leave him that open from range, he'll typically knock it down.
Kennard for 3. And Chris Middleton pulls it down. Middleton's got his 4th rebound in this one. DiVincenzo gets the bucket.
Middleton, a scorer by nature, that time showing you he can find his teammates too.
A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. Out to the right wing. Lopez against Cousins. Pass to Kennard. Los Angeles with another miss. Bucks trail by 7. Lopez with the ball. And Batum picks him up defensively. Back to Lopez. That's good. Basket number 5 on a 5-for-8 night shooting.
Boy, those are the kinds of plays that Lopez is known for. Huge basket there.
Now Beverly. Pass to Kennard. There's the 3. Los Angeles with another miss.
And he has definitely been struggling in this quarter.
You know, guys, it seems to me as though he's over anxious. He seems to be pressing, trying too hard, moving too fast. Just needs to calm himself down and wait for good shots.
And foul. And here we go. A coach's challenge has been initiated. We'll have to now review the personal foul in question.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
A super high percentage shot there. You just can't allow him to get that close.
And it's the Clippers with the ball. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. 15 seconds left in the fourth. Out to the right wing. Here's Man. Offensive rebound. Great positioning on the putback.
Yeah, you can't forget about the long arms of Batum. I mean, I want to see him be more active on the offensive glass because he's capable.
Now a timeout called by Milwaukee. They're trailing by 8. 8 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. What do you think, guys?
Trying to keep hope alive, but I don't see them making a comeback.
You know what? I'm sure crazier things have happened, or maybe not. It's a long shot, though.
And now, let's present our New Balance Player of the Game, Patrick Beverly.
And his shooting percentage reflects just how efficient he's been. It's better than 50%, always a sign of a solid offensive performance. But his movement and his shot selection have also both been tremendous.
He's had the fans behind him tonight, and that's really been a key for him. Once he got going, they sensed it could be a special night every time he touched the ball. So the Clippers with the win. They didn't. There it is, the Staples Center. And nothing tips off a broadcast like it.
Hey, Kevin. Well,
it does indeed. Thanks, David. Here are the starters for Brooklyn. Joe Harris is out there with Durant. Then there's Brown. Then it's Kyrie Irving. And it's Jordan in at the 5. And for the Clippers, Paul George is out there with Patrick Beverley. Then it's Marcus Morris. Then it's Ibaka. And it's Leonard in at the 4. Now, here is Irving. Trains it from beyond the arc. Irving's got his team on the board to start the game for the Nets. Greg, we've got two terrific highlight-making teams, both athletic in so many ways.
You know, it makes me harken all the way back to college, and one of my teammates, Stacey Ogden, one of the greatest athletes I ever played alongside. But we're going to see a lot of his impact in tonight's game. Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Irving looking over the floor.
I love the edge with which Serge Ibaka plays defense. He covers a ton of ground.
And it's Leonard. That time on the assist by George.
This guy reads situations so well, and he knows how to execute.
About 1 minute into the first quarter. Irving for 3. KD on the wing. He's covered by Leonard. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And it's Irving missing. And so Ibaka will bring it up for Los Angeles. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Well, I don't know that when he was selected 10th overall back in 2010, that the casual fan understood that Paul George would become one of the most effective two-way players in the NBA, but he's done just that. This is about the last guy you want to send to the stripe right now. They keep fouling him, and he keeps making them.
Harris against Morris. Short and blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. Back to Beverly. Clippers moving the ball around. Here's Ibaka and stolen by Kyrie Irving. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Here's KD. In the corner, it's Harris. Outside for Durant. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
Just one made field goal in 5 tries. Not a good start.
A nice shot by George.
But I'll tell you this, if the defense collapses, if it makes a mistake momentarily, Beverly has the kind of basketball IQ to take advantage.
Now here's Irving. Brown outside. Back to Irving. And there's the call on Patrick Beverley. That's his first foul. So for the Nets, Green, he's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. James Harden comes in for Bruce Brown. And Dinwiddie subbed in for Kyrie Irving. I'm glad we got to see the mobile 1 block once more. What a play.
And early in the game, a defensive play like that goes a long way, establishing the attitude you want. Nice play, and you can see they're gathering momentum.
You want to continue to build on this lead. Right now, still a little too close for comfort.
Dinwiddie, and here we go. Coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul, seeing if that was the right call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Here now is Dinwiddie after Paul George getting his 3 to go. Back to Dinwiddie. Score the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
And I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
Here's George following the bucket by the Nets. Oh, and a fast break for the Nets. Dinwiddie with the ball, and it goes down 2 points.
And that touch Harden has, making the floater look so effortless coming off his fingertips.
In the corner, Ibaka with it. Over Green. Green with the block. And they're running. Harden with it. George picks him up. Can't connect from short range. Clippers leading by 6. From deep. From beyond the arc and then some. George has got 12.
Great start for him. 4-4. He could be in for a big game.
Green kicks to Harden. Right side Durant. 2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. That doesn't fall either. He's missed his first 2 shots tonight. George from deep three-point land. It's hauled in by Harris. And here we go. The fast break with Dinwiddie. Over Leonard. Got it up. And that one released in time, but no good.
One of the best defensive players in the entire...
And so it's Los Angeles in control with a 9-point lead to end the quarter. A terrific tempo and a great pace. The fast break has been a central...
I think we get a lot of teams' best shot.
And Greg, it's one of the great challenges of being one of the teams to beat.
But that's the difference with a superstar like Durant. He can give you elite play from start to finish. Lesser guys can do that only in spurts.
And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
Well, the offense is clicking, and they seem to have seized the momentum here early on.
Boy, it's been a really pretty thing to watch, executing their game plan to perfection.
They've got Ivica Zubac, DeMarcus Cousins out there with Batum. Then it's Luke Kennard, and it's Jackson in at the 1 spot. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers.
And Harden finished second in MVP voting in 2017, won the MVP in 2018. A multi-talented combo guard who just seems to get better every season.
And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Zubac.
Listen, turnovers happen. You've got to move on to the next play.
Nets trail by 11. Boy, Greg, there is a lot to like offensively for Luke Kennard.
I tell you, he can shoot it. He's a crafty finisher and really improving as a passer. The question mark is the defensive end. 6'5" in height and wingspan, not elite too, so he's got to get by on his instincts and his anticipation.
Boy, that's one he wishes he could have back, especially against soft defense.
And the jam by Harden.
What a find by Griffin. He's a lot more skilled as a passer than he gets credit for as far as power forwards go. He has terrific vision.
Kennard for 3. And it's Griffin with the rebound. The Nets shooting at 36%. They really seem out of sync offensively. Here's Harden. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. Harden's got 7.
And one of the most creative scorers the league has to offer. Harden specializes in sinking those tough shots.
And the dunk by Jackson.
Some power coming from the PG.
Ah, that's right, GA. Seeing more and more of that these days. Backcourt guys who can elevate.
We know versatility is huge in this game. Just a tremendous job finishing that play. Wow.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Dinwiddie passes to Griffin. Nets passing it around. Here's Harden. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. That's on Reggie Jackson.
Maybe the best ever at earning free throws. I mean, Harden has mastered the art of contact and still being able to get off the shot.
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. Mann's checked in, and it's Patrick Beverley in for Jackson. And a new group in for the Nets. Jordan, he's checked in for Griffin. Kevin Durant comes in for Green. Harris is checked in for Luwawu Cabarro. And Irving subbed in for Dinwiddie. Harden has a wide open look. Sinks the three-pointer. Harden's got 10 points now just in this quarter. Greg, who would you choose as the best defenders of the NBA pick and roll?
That is a tough one. This will surprise some people. Nikola Jokic is one of the better big men defending the pick and roll, in part because of his instincts. You know, he doesn't impress me in terms of his physical attributes, but his mind, the ability to anticipate, having a sense of how perimeter players play the game. He's a guy that's terrific. I'll give you an oldie but goodie in Andre Iguodala. He's still terrific. And I pick bigger guys because you've got to be able to switch that and guard smaller players. And, you know, at the center and the swing position, those are two guys that still are very reliable.
Brown. The shot, no good. Excellent D there from George.
Solid rebound there. And with the score like it is, that's an area where they can't afford to get lazy.
Well, that's about recognizing a transition opportunity when it presents itself. Nice job by Kawhi Leonard.
Jackson against Irving. Nice concentration to hit the double clutch layup. Irving's got 5 now.
A tough start scoring the basketball, but they're starting to turn it around now.
Jackson drives in. Down it goes for his 3rd basket in as many tries.
Well, you like that he shakes off that rocky first period and knocks down a shot. Nice.
Irving up top, guarded by Jackson. Harris outside. Here's Irving. Here's Jordan. The wide open look for Durant. But they get it back. And Harris wide open. He shoots. And out of bounds as the Clippers gain possession. Los Angeles making a switch here. Beverly's checked in. And a switch here for Brooklyn. Nicholas Claxton's checked in for Joe Harris. George finds Beverly. Now here is Ibaka. Passes it to George. And George with the stuff.
Don't sleep on Paul George's verticality. How nice was that finish?
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
Pass to Leonard. From deep 3-point range. No good on that one. And so it's the Los Angeles.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to the end. Paul George taking care of business in this one. He had 14 points, 3 rebounds. And that should do.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. You look at Paul George in this game, guys, he's been everywhere.
Yeah, and just look at the numbers from the first half. He has been very efficient.
I think they've taken their time. They've showed incredible patience. It's a sign of a well-coached ball club.
And Brooklyn, looking who they've got. They've got Green. He's out there with Griffin. Harden out there with Luwawu. And it's Dinwiddie in at the point guard position.
And a staple of Harden's attack. Sometimes it seems he's better finishing through contact on the drive.
Ibaka goes in. That falls. Nice speed that time from George. George has got his 3rd assist on the night. Nets trail by 11. Harden scanning the floor. Dinwiddie against Beverly. Dinwiddie with the bucket.
Terrific play call to give him a clean look at the rim. That's how you want to start the second half.
Well, there is nothing better than catching a rhythm as early as possible. And boy, that's a terrific start right there.
Dinwiddie against Beverly. And George, here we go. Morris finds George. Out to Morris. Lets the 3 fly. A shot, no good. And Brooklyn will now go the other way with it. It's blocked.
Wow, back to Beverly. Barely 6 feet. Send it back, young Patrick.
Here's Leonard. Brooklyn with the rebound. Here's Llewellyn. Morris with the rebound. And now here's George, the fast break opportunity. He gets a chance now to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Kevin, thank you. Now, we have seen continued growth with the NBA's affiliated leagues the last few years. Think about the explosion in popularity of the WNBA, the Basketball Africa League, expansion of the 2K League, greater pay in the WNBA and the G League pathway, along with the unionization of G League players. The league continues to show its commitment to expanding opportunities on multiple levels. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, David. And it's Leonard with the jam.
Incredible wingspan, unbelievable hands. The alley-oop is easy.
Outside Irving. Over in the corner, Green. 14 feet away. Irving can't get it to go. And so Beverly will bring it up for Los Angeles. A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. Good on the three-point shot. Kennard's got the lead up to 14 outs for Los Angeles.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Brooklyn. Pass to Irving. Shoots the three. No good that time.
I know he's got to be frustrated right now, but the team is fighting from behind. He's got to stay with it.
Kennard for three. And it's Kyrie Irving with the rebound.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
And pushing it up, here's Los Angeles. Batum with the three. DeAndre Jordan grabs the miss. Jordan's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Hands with the ball out of bounds. Jordan touched it last.
And DeAndre Jordan, not the same impact center he once was, but he's done a great job of acting as a leader for this team.
Well, you think about DeAndre Jordan's career, Greg, and over the course of time, he's played a number of different roles. What you like about what he did this past season is, even though in a changing role, he still tried to make an impact. That's called being a teammate.
Jackson passes to Kennard. Tries it from the top of the key. Pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way.
And that's the efficiency you want to see from Jackson, using his poise and vision to make a play.
Irving finds Durant. Looking to end the run, and finished off by KD.
A power flush with a long hang on the rim at the end of that.
That could be a catalyst for him. It really could. There's the pass to Kennard. And it's off from three-point range.
No other way to put it. Just a poor shooting performance for him. But luckily, his teammates have picked up the slack.
Well, Kevin Durant goes right up with it. Doesn't give the defense a chance to react.
Outside Jackson. And Jackson throws it down hard.
And there is no better way to add to the lead.
Isn't that true, GA? Especially when the slam is coming from the point guard.
That's got to be a little bit deflating to the defense, guys. Getting kicked when you're down. My goodness.
Irving attacking, and the rejection by Jackson. First trip to the line for him here. And the first one drops.
Well, an NBA champion. That's what we can say about Kyrie Irving. This guy embraces the challenges and loves the spotlight.
17 seconds left in the third. And here's George. He's got 14. In the corner, Kennard with it. Gets it off. And no good on the last second attempt this time. And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers up by a double. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
We call that putting it right in the pocket, and he knew what to do with it once it was there.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the fourth quarter. Setting the floor for the Clippers. Morris is out there with Ibaka. Then it's Luke Kennard. Then it's Paul George. And it's Mann in at the 2. Nets trail by 15. Now, here is Harden to the inside. And DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
If you don't do your work early and push DeAndre Jordan a little bit out of his comfort range, look out.
George with the ball. You know, winning that championship as you did, Greg, for UNLV, many people don't remember you played much of that season with a broken... Oh, that was a strong dunk.
That is nice. And this is how a floor leader makes a statement. Harden just put the other team on notice.
Kennard, the pass to Morris. And he banks in the layup. Morris has got his first 2 points.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
One thing we've learned in the NBA, the game is never over. So you've got to continue to score, continue to build your lead.
Harden dishes to Jordan.
Well, DeAndre Jordan making his presence felt at the offensive end. Nice.
That free throw, no good. Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for Ibaka. Leonard comes in for Morris. Patrick Beverly, he's checked in for George. And it's Jackson in for Kennard. Joe Harris is checked in for Brooklyn. Jackson kicks to Leonard. Good work defensively by KD. Nets trail by 12. Yep, that one goes in there.
What a pretty look. DeAndre Jordan, to have that kind of touch on your passing, such a quality piece for a big man.
Jackson deciding where to go with it. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
Both free throws good from Jackson.
And Jackson certainly doesn't lack confidence. A speedy guard who can fill it up in no time.
Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation.
And really, he played mistake-free basketball up to that point. That's the only time he's turned it over so far.
Leonard on the wing. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Jackson's got 3 assists now in this one.
This is a small forward who, because he's 230 pounds, can hold his own down in the low post. That is nicely done.
And here's Harden for 3. Scores the bucket. He's 7 for 11 and continues to look good.
That's the kind of D that you're not going to find success with, guys. They've got to get a hand in the face.
Beverly, the pass to Batum. Beverly against Harden. Left side, Leonard. Clock at 6. Irving against Jackson. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. Rajon Rondo's checked in for Jackson. And it's Harris with the ball for the Nets. They trail by 11. Harden with it. He's picked up by Rondo. Harden against Rondo. Now, here is Harden. He's guarded closely. The Nets need to get a shot off here. Kept alive. And that one's good. Durant.
Well, how about the persistence of KD? He knows he has the size and the reach to keep those possessions alive.
Outside Rondo. There's 1:17 left in the fourth quarter. Durant against Leonard. Great D that time from Jordan. Outside Irving. From deep. The Clippers grab the miss. At one point they led by 16. Here's Rondo. Keeps it alive. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And the Clippers lead by 11.
And now as the clock ticks down, this is going to end up as a solid victory here for the Clippers.
The biggest factor tonight had to be their great shooting. They shot much better than the other team.
Yeah, they were working hard on both sides of the floor, but that sky-high field goal percentage plus the pressure defense to force the other team into a lot of misses. Love the effort tonight.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for George.
I think it would be impossible to overstate the influence he had on this basketball game. He was the centerpiece of what they did on the offensive end and the anchor of their defense. That's as complete a performance as we've seen.
Fires from deep. Hits it from three-point range.
Convincing lead with very little time remaining, and the fans are pumped.
Well, they're getting ready to celebrate, no doubt. They know it's theirs to lose at this point.
So it's Los Angeles winning this one easy. All right, David, thank you. George is out there with Reggie Jackson. And it's Ibaka, and it's Leonard in at the 4 slot. And for the Trailblazers, Jones is out there with Robert Covington. Then there's Norman Powell. Then it's Damian Lillard, and it's Nurkic in at the 5. From past the arc, George, no good.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
The homecoming for Paul George, playing in L.A. with the Clippers. They gave up a king's ransom to OKC. 5 first-round picks and Danilo Gallinari and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Morris finds George over Lillard. And there's George. That's good on the assist by Morris.
Excellent concentration from Paul George, overwhelming the aggressive defense with his strength and determination.
Now Powell, back to Lillard. Inside. Shot clock at 6. Here's Powell. The shot comes out. Ibaka with some nice D.
And guys, the Clippers were willing to give almost anything for PG because they basically got Kawhi Leonard in the deal as well.
And let's remember, GA, he could have been a Laker.
Yeah, quick thinking, wins Dame, assist. Finds the open man and the ball instantly there for the finish.
George passes to Leonard. Jackson down low. Powell on him. Jackson gets the bucket.
The defense having to respect Jackson's outside game. That opened up things for him in the inside.
Lillard dishes to Powell. Just about 2 minutes into the game. First quarter of basketball. Lillard against George. Nurkic kicks to Lillard. He gets hauled in by Paul George.
It can be a little disheartening when you do everything right and come away with nothing.
Leonard. And it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him. Leonard with the steal. Morris looking over the floor. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. Jones, the pass to Lillard. He gets that one. Greg, you and I talk about the big man, his role in the current NBA, and how they can possibly carry the standard for the great centers before them. And you played with the great one and Patrick Ewing, so you have a great appreciation, I would think, for.
Oh, no doubt about it. And I think 2 guys kind of separated themselves a little bit. Nikola Jokic and Joel Embiid, I think, are the 2 guys that stand out for me because of their ability, in essence, to do everything well. They can shoot it, they pass it, they can shoot it from the free throw line, they give you rim protection. I'd throw Rudy Gobert up there as an elite center as well. Doesn't have the offensive impact that those guys have, but he does impact the game as well.
3 young, dynamic centers. Those are good names. Outside, George jacks up a 3. Pass to Leonard. Doesn't go that time. Good D by Covington. Powell, no one around him, and Portland again with the bucket.
Love the patience from Covington. Lets the situation develop and then delivers a perfect strike.
Leonard kicks to Morris. Back to Leonard. Shoots over Covington. And Leonard gets it to go on the assist by Morris.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
The pass to Nurkic. Back to Lillard from downtown. That one, no good. And it's the Clippers taking it the other way. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. And so it's Covington who brings up the ball for the Trailblazers. Here's Nurkic. Second chance shot. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D.
And this is where Nurkic gets a lot of his points, staying active even after the shot goes up.
Here's George, and Covington sends it back. Leonard with the bucket. Lillard outside. 1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. It's the Trailblazers. And before the game, we talked to Damian Lillard. You know, Greg, he is stiff.
I don't fear nobody.
And if Lillard's proved anything to us, Greg, in his career, you know he loves a challenge.
One of the premier big shot makers in this game. I don't know if there's anyone you'd rather give the ball to in crunch time.
And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far in the scoreboard. And taking a look at the Trailblazers' performances, what do you think they're doing or not doing?
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
You know this, the team that dictates the pace typically rules the roost. We see that here early on.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. On the floor for Portland, we've got C.J. McCollum, Anthony out there with Hollis Jefferson. Then it's Enes Kanter, and it's Simons in at the point. Shots good by Kennard.
We've seen Kadar steadily increase his three-point shots. Terrific accuracy here.
And Smitty, you know what Pat Beverly is going to bring every night. A fearless, ferocious, at times almost sociopathic level of intensity. And this guy just does not take a possession off.
You know, he's one of those guys I would have to question even playing with him. He plays so hard. I know I hate playing against him.
And when you think of McCollum, the word efficient comes to mind. This guy just shoots the ball and plays the game at a high level.
And so McCollum nails both of them.
And they're really getting more points at the free throw line here in the second quarter.
Second quarter, and we're just over a minute in. Kennard for three. That shot no good. So the Trailblazers will take it the other way. A putback, and Kanter able to finish. Kanter's got the lead up to 4 now for the Trailblazers.
And usually amongst the leaders in their offensive rebound rate, Kanter gives your team found points off misses.
C.J. McCollum comes up with a rebound. For Portland, they've gotten only one of their first 4 shots in the second quarter to drop.
And we talk about court awareness. There, McCollum doing a beautiful job spotting the open man.
Pass to Beverly. Back to Kennard. Pass to Zubac. Feeds it to Cousins. Lays it up off the glass. Cousins has got his first bucket in this one.
This is the look you want. High percentage. DeMarcus putting himself in a position to succeed.
McCollum deciding where to go with it. Just 5 on the clock. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high percentage looks from inside.
Beverly the pass to Cousins. And Beverly kicks to Cousins. Now here's Kennard. Defense right on him. And they're on the break. All alone. And Kanter throws it down.
Well, they weren't going to pass up that chance to get out and run following the steal.
Clippers trail by 8. Now here's Kennard. Beverly the pass to Cousins. Shoots a fader. And Kanter pulls it down. Kanter's got his 4th rebound in this one.
And hard work on the glass. Once again, guys, they put a lot of effort and focus on the backboard. Not the kind of aggressive defense they need to cut into the lead.
Yeah, you have to protect the rim, Greg, a little better.
Also, if you can't get stops at this point, it really doesn't matter what you do at the offensive end.
And Portland with the ball. They're on a 12-4 run. Here's Simons. In the corner, Hollis Jefferson. Out of bounds. The Clippers take possession.
Just didn't get his hands up in time on that one. They weren't on the same page there.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. A tremendous mobile one block that we had to see again. Great send back.
And he's all over that shot. Has it read the whole way and gets the position he needs to make a play.
And it's Leonard missing.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
And his competitiveness showing through. That's an aggressive finish.
He is just unwilling to settle. He gets right to the rim and makes sure they come away with points.
George finds Ibaka, and Ibaka slams it in.
Excellent pass, PG-13, keeping his eyes up, using his vision.
George against Lillard. Puts up a three, and the three ball is good. Lillard's got 7 points.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
The reason why they stayed aggressive, and they have not let up this entire night. And at this point, I wouldn't expect them to.
Morris, no good. And so it's the Portland Trailblazers. Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
The first quarter for the Trailblazers was fairly even. They didn't get more than a one-possession lead. And
well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. One guy who's getting it done is Lillard.
Yeah, I don't know if there's anything that the league can do to slow him down. He's just that good.
You know, you almost take it for granted. You look at his numbers from the first half, they're just expected at this point.
Checking out the group for Tyronn Lue to start the second half. Paul George is out there with Reggie Jackson. Then it's Ibaka. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Morris in at the three, the small forward.
Defense throws everything at George, but he persists and finds a shot.
Los Angeles shooting their first free throws of the game.
And look back a season ago. They did a solid job at the line, about 79% of their free throws.
Lillard outside. Rager, the all-time assist leader for the Big West Conference. In that frame, talk about some of the traits that make for a good floor general, a good point guard, a good facilitator.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you have to be a leader because that's what the position calls for. Unselfishness, instincts, that stuff matters, but ultimately your teammates got to feel like you play for them. And that's when you have a chance as a team to be special.
I'm assuming you've always been like that. Am I correct?
No, that is not
really?
true.
Wow.
I evolved into a leader. In all seriousness, I think some guys are natural. Others, like myself, had to evolve into it.
Lillard up top, defended by George. The putback, and it's the Clippers with the rebound.
Ouch. 5 shots without a make. That's a really ragged start coming out of halftime.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
And the dunk by Powell.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. George missing again. Trailblazers leading by 6. Here's Lillard. Lays it up and banks it in. Lillard's got 9.
Almost unstoppable on the drive. Lillard's talent for ball handling, letting him just cut through the defense.
mean, all period, it's been a struggle for him scoring the ball.
Lets it go with a three. It's rebounded by Leonard.
Hasn't been able to dial it in from distance. He has just the 1-3, and that was in the first half.
And guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
And Los Angeles will go for a different look here. Zubac is checked in for Ibaka. DeMarcus Cousins comes in for Kawhi Leonard. Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for Marcus Morris. And it's Kennard in for George. McCollum right side. And a little luck that time, but it drops. He's got 6.
And the jump shot has been a dimension of this game where they've had a clear advantage.
Right around 3 minutes into the second half. Trailblazers leading by 7. From the line. Can't hit that one.
Easy chance for mid-range. Wouldn't be surprised to see them run that play again.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Kevin, good evening. Well, last season, the Blazers were beset by injuries, and they fell short of their goals. Their star Damian Lillard said, "Once we're in a better position, I want people to remember how I responded when things didn't go my way, so that they know my character is true." Kevin, we know that Dame grew up in Oakland, a place where overcoming adversity was ingrained. Back to you.
Thank you, D.A.
Always working to find open territory. Kennard's lethal in catch and shoot.
And at his peak, Reggie Jackson is one of the better guards in the league. He still got that confidence.
Yes, he does. Injuries slowed him down, but still able to create his shot anytime he wants.
55 seconds left in the third quarter. Kennard for 3. Portland grabs the miss. They've led by as many as 11 points.
And they hold a huge advantage on the backboard.
Near the three-point line, it's McCollum. Offensive rebound. Clippers trail by 6. Jackson has the open look. Carmelo Anthony comes up with the rebound. It's McCollum on the wing. Zubac defending. It's good on the putback. Simons has got 6.
Challenging the defense at the rim, something he does very well. Excellent tip-in.
And Kennard wide open. He shoots. And again, no good by the Clippers.
What I like, he hasn't stopped competing despite the off night.
6 feet out. Here's Simons. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And so it's the Portland Trail Blazers holding on to it. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard, putting the pass right on the money.
Yeah, it's one thing to find the guy. It's another to deliver the ball where he can do something with it. Wonderful play.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. They've got Anthony. He's out there with Norman Powell. Damian Lillard out there with Collins. And it's Simons in at the shooting guard. That's the group on the floor for Portland. Powell for 3. That's another one for him. His 5th in just 7 shots.
And this is why coaches talk about playing with pace. The scoreboard tells it all.
It's a winning approach when you execute. That's the key. They're playing fast, but also under control.
That one's in there. The Trailblazer lead is cut to just 9 points on the basket from Zubac. Lillard with it. Three-pointer. It's hauled in by Zubac. Zubac has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
So frustrating when you can't get anything to go down as you're trying to help your team finish the job. They keep calling his number, which is partly how they've dug this hole.
Here's Lillard. Drops it in from 14 feet away. Lillard's got the lead up to 11 now for Portland.
And he can score from all over the court. But Lillard at his best from mid-range. He deserves extra special attention from the defense in that in-between area. But sometimes, even then, that's not enough.
And here's Lillard. He brings it up for the Trailblazers. From deep three-point range, the long-distance three is buried. And the Trailblazers lead by 11.
A good look there, and he didn't waste it. His second three of the game.
Simons surveying the D. Trailblazers moving the ball around. Deflects the pass. And here we go. Beverly heading to the hoop. Throws down the breakaway jam.
Tough to question Beverly's commitment on the court. He knows how to turn defense into offense.
And a deep three from Lillard. Collins. And Collins is right there. Collins has got his first points of the night.
Oh, a nice tip in to salvage the points from that missed shot.
Yeah, and those second chance points can add up. Pass to Kennard. Portland leading by 11. The feed to Collins. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Batum for the Trailblazers. Robert Covington's checked in for Anthony. Jones comes in for Norman Powell. And McCollum subbed in for Anthony Simons. And Los Angeles will go for a different look here. Serge Ibaka has checked in for Zubats. Morris comes in for DeMarcus Cousins. Kawhi Leonard is checked in for Nicholas Batum. And George is subbed in for Luke Kennard. George way outside. Collins grabs the miss.
And he's a good shooter from outside, but not sure from that deep.
You know, we're seeing players move further and further back to create space, but that does make it a tougher shot.
Nobody near George. Buries the long-range jumper. George has got it back down to a single-digit deficit for the Clippers. Fourth quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by. Lillard, the pass to Collins. Back to Lillard. The three. Buries it from three-point range. Lillard's got a pair of threes here in the fourth quarter for the Trailblazers. Clippers trail by 11. George dishes to Beverly. Back to George. Beyond the arc. And another three for the Clippers.
He has really made an impact from beyond today. That's another triple.
Just think where they'd be without all the work he's done from the three-point line today.
Here is Lillard. Fires it up. It's rebounded by Leonard. Here's the Clippers. And here's George for three. That doesn't go either for George.
Okay, that's frustrating. You work hard to get these open looks. You know he liked that one back.
And a deep three from Lillard. And the Trailblazers, another three.
Awesome form on the triple. Lillard with textbook technique.
From deep, George. 16 seconds left in the fourth quarter. It's good from long range. Now Lillard. And so it's Portland winning this one. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were happy to be playing at home tonight. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that's going to do it tonight. And in the locker room, each guy has been going up. Here are the starters. For Los Angeles, we've got Kawhi Leonard, Patrick Beverly out there with Paul George. Then it's Ibaka, and it's Morris in at the 3 slot. And for Milwaukee, PJ Tucker is out there with Brook Lopez. And then there's Antetokounmpo. Then it's Holiday, and it's DiVincenzo in at the 2-guard spot. Beverly for 3. The rebound by the Bucks.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
The shot by Holiday, no good.
Well, that mid-range, Jay, usually pretty much on the money. Maybe the timing just a little bit off on that one.
And as much as Holiday brings to your offense, it's his defense that's repeatedly recognized.
Well, when you make all NBA defensive teams and you're smart and strong and quick like Drew Holiday is, I think not only does the reputation start to build, but your confidence in disrupting somebody else by playing that way is something you rely on. Such a smart offensive play right there. When Holiday sees that chance open up right there, he's all over.
Beverly finds Ibaka. Morris outside. Leonard on the wing. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Leonard's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Great dribble move there. Kawhi using refined ball handling skills to get wherever he needs to on the floor.
Holiday surveying the floor. To the wing right side. 5 to shoot. Here's Giannis. It's good.
Just all the physical advantages that Giannis has really present a tough challenge for the defense down there.
Here's Beverly. Pass to George. He kicks it to Leonard. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Here's Ibaka. Rebounded by Tucker. The Bucks have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Giannis inside. Defended by Ibaka. Here's Giannis. And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket. And now here's George, the fast break opportunity. The three-pointer, no good. And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. And Holiday kicks it to Tucker. Giannis inside. Working on Ibaka. Here's Lopez. Giannis passes to Tucker. Up top, Leonard. Greg, you showed toughness and grit when you played. You've got to succeed in this league with those things at the forefront, right? Being tough, being gritty. And there are several players whose style you admire that play like that.
I mean, no doubt about it. You have the superstars, the Kawhis, the LeBrons, who continue to do it. They can intimidate you physically, but they also provide tremendous skill set. But 2 other guys, Russell Westbrook, Jimmy Butler, they're also guys that exemplify that toughness. 2 guys, when you look at those 2, a lot of people didn't project them to be what they've become. And it's impressive to watch them take the floor night in and night out.
Well, maybe not the best shot against that kind of defense, but he still has the ability to knock that kind of shot down.
And so Giannis will bring it up for the Milwaukee Bucks. Portis, the pass to Antetokounmpo, and he converts the layup. Antetokounmpo's got his second bucket of the night.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
Jackson, good for the basket, starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
And with a quick first step, Jackson remains a threat to drive on any defender.
Giannis outside. Giannis is double. That shot off the mark. And the Clippers will go the other way with it. And good. Got the Ingles that time as it falls.
They don't want to leave Middleton from that area. His mid-range game is on fire, draining those shots often.
And the pass to Kennard. This one for 3. That's good. And it's Jackson with the assist that time.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Forbes can't get it to go. The Clippers have gone 50% from the field to this point, 4 of 8. Kennard's shot is off. Now, Antetokounmpo. Middleton inside the three-point line. A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Clippers lead by 2. Recently, we spoke with Patrick Beverly about his throwback style.
Old school basketball, you know.
Now, pound for pound, Greg, Beverly may be the most physical player in the league.
And he also gets in your head. It's a combination that allows him to get stops against guys as big as Kevin Durant.
And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen so far from the Clippers, guys. What are your thoughts?
Well, their effort on the defensive end has set the tone for this game.
Yeah, defense has been infectious here as everybody stepping up aggressively on that end.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. Taking a look at Los Angeles. Batum's out there with DeMarcus Cousins. Then it's Luke Kennard. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Jackson in at the point. Off target from three-point range. Here's Los Angeles now. Jackson looking it over. Pass to Cousins. It's stolen by Antetokounmpo. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Quarter number 2 with just over a minute gone. Teague against Jackson. A nice shot by Teague. Teague's got the lead up to 2 now for the Bucks.
Well, they're trying to take command of this game, but it's been competitive so far.
Yeah, everybody trying to get away from one another, and the threads are keeping them close. This has been highly competitive.
The Bucks have gone 2 of 4 shooting the ball here in the second. And the 22nd pick in 2015, Bobby Portis with a nice shooting touch.
And at the same time, not afraid to mix it up, maybe to a fault. At times we've seen him get caught in the heat of the moment. You got to channel that competitive edge and stay strong mentally.
Here's Jackson. Sweet little floater.
And good to see Jackson finish closer in. Not a guard who just chucks up threes. Can find the creases with that handle.
Teague, the pass to Connaughton. Back to Teague. Over to the left wing. Good, and the assist goes to Middleton. Teague's got 6.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Jackson kicks to Zubac. Passes it to Batum. Back to Zubac. Steps back and fires. And the shot is long.
My goodness, how about that miss? I mean, that's 2 easy points that they've just given away.
Antetokounmpo passes to Connaughton. Back to Antetokounmpo, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. That's on Reggie Jackson. When you look at the balance of power between players and teams, Greg, does it feel like the players now have more say, more control than they used to?
No doubt. We're seeing more players demand trades, sign shorter contracts with opt-outs. And the irony of that is, in my era, our best players were fearful for the length of their contracts or the life expectancy of their careers, believe it or not. And these guys today, they understand their value. They know what they bring to the table, and they are utilizing that to the max.
And is that good, Greg, for the game?
I think so. I do think most guys want to win, and they understand that their legacies are going to be defined about whether or not they do.
Holiday with the block.
Now get that out of there. That's all timing right there. Drew Holiday continuing hustle play.
Feeds to Lopez. And the shot goes in. Lopez has got his first points of the game.
That's the kind of passing you want there. Work the ball around, keep it moving, try to get an assist on every bucket.
DiVincenzo against Morris. Lopez with the steal. And out of bounds as the Clippers gain possession.
That's tough because that one's preventable. The defense has nothing to do at all with that turnover.
Giannis, he's checked in for Milwaukee. Pass to Leonard for the 3. Rebound by Brook Lopez. Bucks leading by 5. Antetokounmpo inside. Covered by Morris. And the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
Giannis bringing it down, using that sensational length to get that finish.
Bounce pass from Beverly. Here's Leonard. Banked in off the glass. Leonard's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
That's just tremendous scoring instinct. So fun to watch him work in the half court.
30 seconds left in the first half. Here's Giannis. Lopez controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. Lopez has got the lead up to 7 now for the Bucks.
Good size and the ability to carve out space. Lopez battling on the rebound.
Now here's Leonard. He has 6. The pass to Morris. The 3. No good on the shot. And so it's the Milwaukee Bucks. All right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings to a competitive matchup for Milwaukee in the first quarter. Some good moments from both teams. And
we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We're halfway through the game. You have to like what we're seeing from Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Yeah, and early on, he has been feasting in the paint, and you have to think they're going to keep feeding the big fella.
Oh, man, pouring it on right now, and why wouldn't you? And Marcus Morris has raised some eyebrows in the last couple of years, just being a much more efficient scorer.
They've got Brook Lopez. E.J. Tucker is out there with Antetokounmpo. Then there's Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Holiday in at the point guard. They're the group for Mike Budenholzer starting the second half. Beverly deciding where to go with it. Pass to Morris. Takes a 3. The rebound by Holiday. And last season, Marcus Morris is named one of the hottest on the trade market.
Yeah, there's a lot going on in Marcus Morris's offseason a year ago. A lot of contenders looking to add him to the roster. Handshake deal with the Spurs, switch to the Knicks, and then eventually traded to the Clippers. So grab your musical chair and try to find a seat.
Giannis dishes to Lopez. That one off the back iron and out. Clippers trail by 7. Lob pass to George. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
Great timing there. Paul George rising up, collecting the ball, and throwing it down.
And so Antetokounmpo will bring it up for the Milwaukee Bucks. And here's Holiday. Passes it to DiVincenzo. Down low, Lopez. The Clippers grab the miss. Ibaka's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
And they start the second half with 3 straight misses.
Not sure how he finds himself. It's so much space there. He's kicking himself for whiffing a bit on that one.
On the wing, Giannis. Lopez inside. Leonard's there. Here's Giannis. And the wide open shot from DiVincenzo. And Antetokounmpo on the follow. Giannis has got 8 points.
There you go. Finally getting one to drop. They have to be a little better now, starting 1 for 5 in this half.
Beverly against Holiday. He gets it in there.
Yeah, Beverly doing a good job of reading not just his defender, but the secondary defender in that pick and roll.
Bucks leading by 5. Antetokounmpo kicks to Holiday. Well, we're into the third quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played. Pass to DiVincenzo. 6 on the shot clock. Antetokounmpo trying to free himself up. DiVincenzo hits the bucket.
And say what you will about the value of the three-pointer, but those close-in looks are always plan A. Every trip down, get to the paint, get deep, score.
A platoon swap here for Milwaukee. Defense doesn't get much better than the mobile 1 block we just saw on replay.
The defensive awareness, the timing, when you have to face a defender that can reject you like that, it can alter your approach.
Teague drives in. Here's Portis. 11 feet out, and he hits it. Portis has got the lead up to 9 now for the Bucks.
That's the kind of work you want your point guard to do. Sensational ball movement by Jeff Teague there to set up his man.
Kennard for 3. Clippers working now with the new shot clock. And the dunk by Zubac.
That's what he gives you, a big-time presence on the glass.
And you know what, Greg? Once he gets his hands on it, he's not even thinking about kicking it out.
Oh, his competitiveness right now is why the teammates love him.
And there's the pass to Connaughton. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation. Clippers trail by 7. Jackson with it. Pass to Kennard from the arc. The shot off that time. Now the Bucks take it the other way.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
Passes to Connaughton. And the rejection by Zubac. Kennard for 3. Outside for Jackson. A 3 ball. That's in, and the Milwaukee lead is cut down to 4 on the bucket from Kennard.
And you want more of this from Jackson. The more unselfish he is, the better the team.
Fires the 3. Kennard with the rebound. From the arc. Not going to go that time. The third quarter comes to a close. The Bucks on top, up 4. And we'll get going. Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. Clippers trail by 4. So for the Clippers right now, Kennard is out there with Reggie Jackson. Then it's Marcus Morris. Then it's Paul George. And it's Ibaka in at the center position. Outside, George. Clock at 6. True on the 14-footer.
How about the handles of a guy like Paul George at his size being able to rip around and has total confidence in his ability to score.
Outside Holiday. Middleton right side. Paul George with the steal. Kennard finds Jackson. Back to Kennard. Just 5 to shoot. No luck that time on the shot that would have put them on top. Milwaukee in the lead. We've played just over 1 minute here in the fourth quarter. Here's Antetokounmpo. Gets it to drop, and now he's shooting at a 5 for 8 clip.
And the D not really doing its job there. A little slow to react to the ball getting into the paint.
Outside, George. Ibaka outside. And Ibaka slams it in.
A really good decision there from Paul George. Quick to find the open man.
Holiday, the pass to Giannis. And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
Looking at who's out there now for the Bucks. Lopez, he's checked in for Portis. P.J. Tucker comes in for Chris Middleton. And it's Dante DiVincenzo in for Bryn Forbes.
That gives him his second 3 of the half with 3 total for the game.
Pass to Lopez. Over Beverly. And Lopez gets it to go. And the Bucks lead by 1.
Lopez powering through that time.
George passes to Leonard. Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation.
Oh, you could see it from the moment he caught the ball. Leonard looking to rise to the occasion, making the big shot to help the team out.
And Holiday kicks to Antetokounmpo. Rebound, Kawhi Leonard. Leonard's got 4 rebounds now tonight. The pass to Cousins. George looking around. Los Angeles needs to get off a shot here. And then Cousins with the dunk.
Oh, man, Cousins. Gotta love how the important shot finds its way to his hands.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Here's Giannis. And the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
Giannis Antetokounmpo is a star in this league, and more the team trusts him in those moments.
Leonard, the pass to Beverly. Now Kennard. It's George on the wing, covered by Giannis. George against Giannis. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time.
Yikes, that one stings there. Hurts so much more to turn the ball over, especially with how tight the game is.
Serge Ibaka, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Morris comes in for Luke Kennard. Leonard against Giannis. Holiday dishes to Tucker. Good work defensively by Morris.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
41 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Outside, George. To the middle, here's Leonard. Good!
That is world class.
Love seeing that there. A huge possession, and he nets it.
Points are an absolute must here.
Can't come away empty. That would be the nail in the coffin.
Here's Antetokounmpo. Money!
Big-time shot from young Giannis there. He feels more and more comfortable in these big moments.
And here's George. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. They've given up just 8 points in the fourth quarter. Leonard on the wing. So it's the Clippers taking the win in a close one. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that about wraps it up. Irving, then there's Brown, and it's Harris in at the 3 spot. Terrific, talented backcourts tonight. Greg, did it ever add anything for you playing across another top-level guard?
Listen, it raises the stakes, no doubt about it. You always want the opportunity to play against the best because you want to see where you stand. But in the end, even when you know a guy's better than you, and you're going to have that be the case a lot of nights, you still know that you will have an ability to impact the outcome when it comes to winning. And that's where you have to keep your focus.
Pops it up for Jordan. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
Well, we've seen this 1 or 2 times, have we not? DeAndre Jordan, finishing end of the alley-oop. Nice.
Outside for George. Leonard trying to break free. George, no good.
Boy, this guy is a good finisher, so he misses a chippy. That's tough to take.
Here's KD. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
Well, this is the court awareness that Joe Harris gives you. He is so skilled at realizing how to give his teammates an open look.
George passes to Ibaka.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board. And I don't mean style points. Outside Irving. Back to KD. To the inside, Jordan, and it's blocked by Ibaka.
Boy, great extension from Ibaka. His length always a factor.
Way ahead of the field. He can do pretty much whatever he wants.
Big time play right there, showing the activity and ability to impact this game.
Right side, Jordan. On its way from Irving for 2. No good with the wing jumper.
Well, he's a quality mid-range shooter, but he can't get that one to go.
Here's Leonard. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
How about the focus and locked-in nature of Kawhi Leonard? My goodness. When the story of Kawhi Leonard is told, it will be about the hard work being the secret of his success. Here was a guy who was not the most vaunted prospect in either high school or college. But boy, he kept his eyes on what he was after, and he kept working.
Outside, George. Outside, Leonard. That one, no good. That's out of bounds. Brooklyn will retain possession. Brooklyn making some changes. Nicholas Claxton's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Green comes in for Kevin Durant. And James Harden subbed in for Bruce Brown. And then for the Clippers, Nicholas Batum. He's checked in for Kawhi Leonard. Luke Kennard comes in for George. And it's Jackson in for Patrick Beverley. The Nets making a switch here. Dinwiddie's checked in. And then for the Clippers, Zubac is checked in for Ibaka. DeMarcus Cousins comes in for Nicholas Batum. And it's Leonard in for Morris. And Doris, you were talking about Leonard's work ethic. Going back to San Diego State, he used to come in at 6:30 in the morning. No lights on in the gym, so he brought his own lamps. I mean, the guy was dedicated.
No doubt, Kevin, and that has been the through line of his career. First to practice, last to leave. He has that hunger to improve, the drive and the desire to put in the time to be great. There's a price to be paid, and he's willing to pay it.
Harden the pass to Claxton, and he dunks it down.
And arguably no one in the NBA draws more attention than Harden. Part of why he creates so many opportunities for others.
Outside Jackson. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
And I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
Paul George, he's checked in for Kawhi Leonard.
And Jackson certainly doesn't lack confidence. A speedy guard who can fill it up in no time.
Dinwiddie passes to Harden. And the shot goes down.
Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing.
And that's an intentional foul.
You're not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
To think that at one point, after that horrific leg injury, Paul George, there was some doubt whether he could regain the level of play we're accustomed to. But this guy gets better and better.
Griffin's checked in for the Nets. Luwawu Cabarro comes in for Harris. And George gets it to go. 6 points for George.
We are talking about a proficient, efficient scorer in Paul George. Go to work, sir.
And the basket by Harden. Clock management. This is where they can get a 2-for-1.
And Kevin, every opportunity counts.
Here's George. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. George has got 8 points.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Dinwiddie passes to Harden. Jackson against Dinwiddie. Jackson passes to Zubac, and they take the lead.
That's the efficiency you want to see from Jackson, using his poise and vision to make a play.
Harden scanning the floor. Over Kennard. Paul George, he's been the guy making things happen for Los Angeles. And earlier we spoke with Kevin Durant about surviving the grind of it.
How can we be the best version of ourselves? And
well, Durant may not be the in-your-face type of player, Greg, but he gets the message across for sure.
He's not going to yell at you. He's going to show you how it's done and expect that you're as committed to winning as he is.
And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And guys, what's your take on the Clippers so far?
Playing inside out in that first quarter led to some high percentage shots in the paint.
It is great when you can get that established early, because to me it opens up every other aspect of your game.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. Taking a look at Los Angeles. Marcus Morris is out there with DeMarcus Cousins. Then it's Luke Kennard. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Jackson in at the point guard.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Harden the pass to Irving. Here's the three. Drills the three-pointer. Irving's got 8 points.
Boy, Kyrie Irving shoots it with such extraordinary confidence regardless of where he is on the court. This guy is one of the most dynamic scorers in the league.
Kennard finds Jackson. And they call an illegal screen here.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet more set on that screen. Easy call.
You know, he's just leaning a little bit. You try to get away with it, but boy, the official all over it.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. Harris is checked in for Green, and it's Bruce Brown in for James Harden. And Los Angeles will go for a different look here. Serge Ibaka has checked in for Zubac. Kawhi Leonard comes in for DeMarcus Cousins. Paul George, he's checked in for Luke Kennard. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Jackson. And there's Jordan putting it right back in. And the Nets lead by 4.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
Poked away. It's stolen by Brown. Tries it from 9. The Clippers grab the miss. And stolen by Jordan. Here's the pass to Brown. Here's Irving. Rebounded by Serge Ibaka.
Got to credit the defense. They found a way to stop him. Oh, that's unbelievable. Now, Paul George is an exceptional athlete and demonstrating his insane dunking skills there. Get this guy in the dunk competition.
Jordan dishes to Irving for 3. And again, it's the Nets missing.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
Leonard with the bucket. Greg, we know the names of the superstars, but there are players that are just under that category who probably should get a little more recognition.
Kevin, that's a great point, and I'm going to toot my alma mater's horn a little bit. Christian Wood's a guy that kind of reminds me of that. He's kind of on the come up. How about Devontae Graham, the second rounder back in 2018, but he's showing to be an established young talent in this league. And there are many more guys like that, and they're going to have their opportunity to become household names.
What about the intensity? Go ahead, Mr. Jordan. We see you working out there.
And George, here we go. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It's going to be on DeAndre Jordan. For Los Angeles, they have gone 3 for 3 at the line tonight.
And last season, as a team, they knocked down 79% of their free throws. So those are numbers you'll be happy with.
And a new group out there on the floor for the Nets. And the Clippers with a change here, too. Nicholas Batum. He's checked in for Kawhi Leonard.
An efficient night from the line. This is a guy who puts in the work, and it pays dividends.
Dinwiddie kicks to Harden. And the jam by Harden.
And I just love how aggressive Harden is inside. When he's deep like that, he is ready to finish with authority.
And here's Beverly. He brings it up for the Clippers. Trailing by 2. Pass to George. And it's Griffin with the rebound. Brooklyn's gone 1 of 4 from three-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them.
And with the pace of today's game, transition defense is at a premium.
I don't think anyone was catching him on that play. That is unbelievable.
George passes to Ibaka. And Ibaka slams it in.
Paul George will force you to stay balanced defensively, because if you have a miscue, he will find the open guy.
And here's Harden. 10 points for him. Passes it to Dinwiddie. Again, the Nets for 2. Clippers trail by 4. 4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. George dishes to Morris. And Morris throws it down.
Oh, my goodness. You cannot give up a lane to the cup. Once Marcus Morris sees one, forget about it.
Harden against George. And there's the call on Patrick Beverly. That's his first foul. The Nets shooting their first free throw of the evening.
And a season ago, they hit about 75% of their free throws.
6 seconds left to play in the first half. 1 second left. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Brooklyn found themselves in a close game in the first. Some good action during the period. And
second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. It's been one outstanding game from George.
And the way that he has helped out with the ball movement has been a difference maker early on.
I don't know that you necessarily think of him as someone who's going to create for others, but boy, all night he's been willing to make the extra pass.
Irving is out there with Brown, and it's Durant. Then it's Joe Harris, and it's Jordan in at the 5 spot. So that's the Nets 5. And a wide open look for Irving. Offline with his 3. The Clippers trail. Here's Leonard. And it's off the back rim. No good. Leonard's gone 2 of 5 from the floor. Jordan the pass to Durant. Fires from 14. Harris outside. Back to KD. Shot clock at 5. That shot off. And Los Angeles guys shooting has been brilliant in this game. 67% from the floor. And it's blocked by Jordan. Second half rolling along now. About a minute played here. For the lead. Count that bucket. Leonard's got the lead up to 1 now for the Clippers.
Well, you're working the two-man game with Kawhi Leonard as your primary target. That's the first guy you need to stop.
Irving gets to Durant. And the rejection by Ibaka.
They have yet to hit a shot. A real slow start here in the second half.
For Brooklyn, they've gone 0-3 and are still looking for that first bucket here in the second half. Irving for 3. No good. Shot missing. And it's the Clippers taking it the other way.
Wow, another empty possession out of the gates. 0 for 4 in this half. Brutal.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
For 3, Durant. They grab their own miss. Jordan the pass to Harris. Outside Durant, 6 to shoot. Back to Harris. Jacks up a 3. Here's Jordan. He dishes it to Durant. Irving for 3. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
Sometimes you just have an off day, and this is one of those games for him.
Beverly against Irving. Pass to Kennard. Lets it go from deep. Kyrie Irving with the rebound. Nets trail by 3. Trying to get something going. The rebound by Ibaka. Ibaka's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. And here comes Leonard leading the fast break.
And that's just great work there to get in the shooter's face and then go and corral that backcourt.
And an intentional foul right there. So both teams making some changes here. Here is Harden. 10 points for him. Now the pass to Luau. He kicks it to Dinwiddie. Clock at 4. Brooklyn needs to get off a shot here. And it's blocked by Ibaka. Now the Clippers moving it up. Kennard's shot is off. Harden with it. It's Ibaka picking him up. Luau off the left rim and out.
Well, tremendous defensive effort on the interior. That's the kind of contest you want.
Los Angeles with another miss.
Boy, the wheels have definitely fallen off in this quarter. He cannot buy one.
From deep, Harden. And that one is off. So the Clippers will take it the other way. And the foul on Harden. That's his first foul. So for the Clippers, Zubac is checked in for Ibaka. Cousins comes in for Leonard. And it's George in for Luke Kennard. Here's George. And that one goes long. Nets trail by 3. Dinwiddie dishes to Griffin. To end the cold streak. And the foul called on Blake Griffin. That's his first foul.
And we've seen them come out and be much more active defensively this half.
Los Angeles has gotten off to a very slow start from three-point range in the second half. They're 0 for 4. Jackson looking around. Here's George. A shake. And it's good on the way in. George has got 14.
Well, just solid work in the painted area. Paul George, quality look, excellent decision.
George against Harden, and it's in. Basket number 6 for him thus far. He has only missed 2 shots from the floor.
A little artistry in the painted area, converting against the size.
Some guys just relish the challenge. Find a way, and he does.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. Green, the pass to Harden. It falls for his 7th bucket of the contest. He's 7 for 9.
And Harden's such a creative scorer, especially when he gets in close to the basket.
And that one's good. George.
Feeling it. No doubt about it. He's definitely feeling it right now. Shooting a terrific percentage from the field.
And Harden with the stuff.
And he shows us all what the breakaway rim was invented for.
Can you believe? Oh, that was something else.
have mercy.
And when Paul George has this kind of rhythm and pace to his game, you simply want the ball in his hands as much as possible.
Well, it's been an exciting game. Plenty of offense. And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
And he's always been the favorite to bag this honor. These kind of feeds are his bread and butter.
Well, this is why great point guard play is so critical in today's NBA, and you see it right there on display.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. And on the floor for the Clippers here in the 4th, they've got Ivica Zubac. Batum is out there with Morris. Then there's Reggie Jackson. And it's George in at the 2. Hands it from downtown. George has got the lead up to 8 now for Los Angeles.
Well, Paul George able to keep that shot high in the air. This is a dangerous long-range bomber.
And it's Irving missing.
He had 6 points from long range in the first half, but nothing's fallen here since.
George, no good. And so it's Irving. He brings it up for the Nets. Latrey launches a 3. Nailed from three-point land.
You know, what you love about Kyrie is that he's always prepared to shoot when he is roaming in space.
Los Angeles calls timeout. Jordan, he's checked in for the Nets. Kevin Durant comes in for Jeff Green. And then for the Clippers, Leonard, he's checked in for Batum. Luke Kennard comes in for George. And it's Patrick Beverly in for Jackson. And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Hey, Kevin, during that last break, I heard Sharon Lewis, who talked with the team. He said, this is where mistakes can kill us. This is where mistakes can turn this thing completely around. Protect the basketball and make the simple play. In other words, guys, no hero ball right now.
Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for the Clippers. Down low, stolen by Zubac. Kennard against Durant. Launches it. Zubac finds Kennard. The offensive rebound. Pass to Beverly. And here's Batum. Another shot. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. Irving passes to Jordan. And the dunk by Jordan.
Kyrie Irving doing work with the pass. That's pretty.
Clippers leading by 3. Here's Beverly. Inside, Zubac hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D.
And you don't want to allow too many of those short ones with the game right now in the balance.
We're in the 4th quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone.
And with that 3, his second of the half, he's equaled his total from before the break.
Beverly deciding where to go with it. Kennard for 3. Good on the triple. Kennard's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
Crushing blow to the host right there. I mean, they were in this game for what felt like only a second before instantly giving that three-pointer up.
Los Angeles has gotten off 4 3-pointers in the final quarter, and 2 of them have fallen. Beverly against Irving. Passes it to Kennard. Fires for 3. Rebounded by the Nets. Jordan's got his 8th rebound here tonight. He hits Brown with the drive, and they will get the basket here, folks, as they rule goaltending.
Yeah, big call there on the goaltend. He just didn't get to it soon enough. Boy, that's a tough break.
Morris is checked in for Los Angeles. Paul George comes in for Luke Kennard. A floater, and there's the call by the official. They'll count the basket here following the goaltending call.
That's what you expect from your leader. Paul George stays calm and doesn't get overwhelmed by the moment.
James Harden, he's checked in for the Nets. Irving from long range. Rebound, Kawhi Leonard. Leonard's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Irving against George. We've got 1:13 left in the game. Stolen by Durant. Irving attacking, and the layup is good.
Man, that is a good one. Kyrie really just comes alive when the game gets tight.
George dishes to Leonard. For Brooklyn, they've gone 5 for 9 from the field in the final quarter so far. It's Harden with the drive, Leonard with the steal, and here we go with Morris running it up the court. Yes!
My goodness. Guys, you talk about embracing the moment, burying a key shot. Go ahead, Mr. Morris. We see you doing work.
Stolen by Beverly. 6-second difference between shot and game clock. From deep, George. Rebound, Brooklyn.
They've got to take the first good shot they can find.
And they've got to be efficient with the clock. Quick score, quick foul. Well, Mr. Harris in the clutch. Welcome to the show.
Stolen by Harden. It drops. And what a sensational bucket to bring them within one.
And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
I'll tell you, it takes confidence to pull the trigger in that situation. You love guys who relish the moment.
And they commit an intentional foul. We'll see another one of those so they can get into the penalty.
That's right. No other option but to foul and hope for some misses.
And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back.
And those are the kinds of mistakes that are magnified when we're talking about a game down the stretch.
Count it.
And this is what makes KD special, the willingness to absorb the responsibility of the big-time shot.
David, thank you as always. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now.